Ready? Play.
Iga Swiatek came through her match against Christian 6-2, 7-5. Set 2 was obviously I wouldn't say a struggle, but it was a lot closer. The furthest that Swiatek's been pushed this tournament so far, wasn't it, Damien?
Yeah, I mean, I think Christian gave an inspired performance for sure. You can definitely look at it both ways. Iga is not dominating the opening week at Roland Garros as she usually is, but at the same time, she got a lot of good reps in today against an opponent who was really, well, first of all, serving very well, but also in the rallies was just not shying away from anything really. And I think she still showed a lot of just how different her game is at this event with these big courts, with so much time on her shots. I think she was super fun to watch as well with all the angles and, using the physicality as we usually would like her to, but it's not always happening. So yeah, I think it was a very good, warm up for the next round. Of course, it's better for her that it's going to be Rybakina than Ostapenko, because it seemed like in the last two matches, especially this year, she found something against Elena, was able to start moving her around a lot more and yeah, basically get to do that at least regularly. But nonetheless, I think this was a really good sort of preparation for latter stages moment, and just a lot of tough work, honestly, almost 2 hours, I think, for the two sets.
And Damien, obviously talking about reps there, is it good that, she's kind of had that tight set after the season? She hasn't had her greatest clay season that she would have liked to have had defending all those points, cousin. So, that coming through that tight set's a big confidence booster for her, right?
It's not a bad thing at all. I think she would prefer to be winning 1-0 in all of her sets, but yeah, it's not a bad thing to get one of these sets out of the way still relatively early on in the tournament. She hopes to go quite a bit further from here. Yeah, Christian was very good today, put up a great challenge, especially in the second set, and Iga had to go earn this one. And she ended up pulling this out late. So it's a really good win for her, and yeah, a much bigger challenge coming up now. But yeah, the match against Rybakina will be very interesting.
Yeah, and looking forward to that Rybakina match. Is Swiatek there was obviously that press conference that we were talking about before this stream that was obviously talking about, Swiatek said in the interview that she won't be looking at the Rybakina Ostapenko match, and obviously that was a lie. Is she kind of, obviously Rybakina is one of 5 people before this season, 5 people to have beaten Swiatek on clay in Rome in 23, was it?
Yeah, the quarters in 23, yeah.
Yeah. So is that kind of sitting in the back of Iga's mind, or is it, for Roland Garros, so full throttle for Iga ahead of this matchup match?
Yeah, I don't know how much she'll be looking at the Rome match, because she was up, 6-2, 4-2, and it looked like she was going to win that. And then, the second set got a little complicated. She had that injury, and she retired 2 games into the third. So I think in her mind, she'll feel like, okay, for 85-90% of that match, I was able to move Rybakina around. I was able to play my usual sort of heavy topspin, high margin tennis. And she does have I think the test today was really good for her, because in the first set against Christian, she basically just only had to worry about herself and just play her normal brand of tennis without thinking about the opponent. But in the second set, when the opponent actually stepped up, that's when she was forced to just construct points a lot better and use the width of the court, and it was a lot more thinking that she had to do on the spot, and she saved 6 break points out of 6 and didn't get broken. So that was a good test for her, because it didn't end up going 3, and she still had to battle for an hour 20 minutes. And so I think from a mental standpoint, that's pretty good. Obviously a very different opponent in Rybakina in the next round, and Rybakina is in great form herself, but overall Iga should still feel like, okay, I'm coming into this with a lot of positive things, even if my clay season hasn't gone nearly as well as I would have wanted or anybody hoped for. It's still, she's got the history at this event. She's got the recent history against Elena. She's got the test that she needed in the third round. So yeah, I mean, overall, she would have prepared this much more than Ostapenko. She made that pretty clear in the press conference, even though she didn't directly say it. It was like she was caught red-handed almost by the journalists in the room. So
absolutely. And Damien, I think it was maybe on day 3 of Last Ball Drops, you were saying that you're not going to say that we're going to get an Ostapenko Iga round 4 because you just don't back Ostapenko to, make. You can't call it, you said, because you just don't know what you're going to get when Ostapenko steps onto the court. And today specifically, was there anything that went wrong for Ostapenko?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. I think, there are definitely better rounds, better tournaments that kind of show it, because she tends to lose to basically anybody if she has a very bad day at the office. Today it was Rybakina, so, I still respect Elena a lot. It's also been a conversation of the past, like, half a year, how high are we still treating Rybakina? Is she still like top 5 level-wise or not? I have her like thereabouts. So yeah, I don't think to lose to an opponent like this, something has to go necessarily wrong for her. Obviously, yeah, it would have been maybe a slightly better narrative, slightly better story if she got to play Iga. But I think in the end, that's also a pretty difficult opponent. I think I said in a tweet today that like Swiatek was able to use all the time she has on this court at this event today, but then the test will be next round when she has none of it. And against Rybakina, she doesn't quite have none of it. She kind of has some of it. Also, to answer the question that Jake wanted me to answer, I don't think so. I think it would have been difficult to win set 1 easier than she did. But probably maybe she like closes it out a little bit quicker just before Christian, gets going by this match. But I don't think a 1-0, but I guess I'm a supporter of the theory that she could have closed it out a little quicker last year, yeah.
Does Rybakina she obviously won the title in Strasbourg and, she's, kind of swept through the opening 3 rounds here. Well, she didn't quite sweep through her first round match, but she made it through her first round match. Does she have a lot of confidence going to this Iga match, Carson?
I think so. What does this say? 9-match winning streak now. So it's 8 matches.
8.
Yeah, 8. So again, that's not something that can hurt at all. And yeah, has had matches against Ivajovic, who that wasn't the easiest match to come through either necessarily, and then Ostapenko in this one. So I think she's got some confidence. I think this match though is going to be a really good tell for where these two players are headed the rest of the season. If one of them looks fantastic or if both of them look really well. I just think it's going to be interesting and kind of like a match that we could look back at in 5 or 6 months and say, remember that when that happened, it was kind of like a turning point for someone's season.
Yeah. And I kind of feel that, Iga, I think it was it Dave that said that Iga will have, I think French Open fever was the words he used, and kind of sweep past Rybakina. And it actually wouldn't surprise me if she does, but I feel like Rybakina has more in the tank to give than Iga to sweep past. She doesn't quite give you that time on court to, exactly put the ball where you want to. And the backhand battle is won by Rybakina, then things can get pretty close, because that's where I think things are probably the closest in terms of matching up them directly. But yeah, it should be very interesting, but I still favour Iga, I think.
Elena Rybakina has also beaten Iga Swiatek on the clay in Stuttgart, as well as the result that was mentioned when she overcame Swiatek in Rome, albeit obviously a debilitated Iga, who ultimately retired before Elena went on to the title. But regarding that Stuttgart match, it was an exciting match and one where Rybakina prevailed. We also spoke to both players after that match, and I think we can listen to their thoughts now, albeit it was a year ago, and reflect upon those thoughts ahead of their French Open clash.
Elena, congratulations, you're into your first final here in Stuttgart. Talk us through that match, because it was quite epic.
Yeah, it was a very tough match, like always, against Iga, and really happy that I won on clay. Gives confidence, of course. Yeah, I was serving much better today. I think just because also you play against such a good player that you know that every point counts, and I was pushing myself. And first 2 matches I was adapting maybe to the conditions, to the balls, and maybe I was serving a little bit more passive. And today I was going for the serve. I was trying to change it a little bit. So yeah.
Diego with the serve, but I'd also like to talk to you about your return today, which I thought maybe that's the best you've returned, certainly this tournament, but I thought your return was amazing today. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I think the return definitely improved from last year, from both angles, and of course it depends on the opponent, a bit of the speed of the serve and of course placement. But yeah, since we played with Iga many times, more or less I try to predict where she's gonna go, and really happy with the return and overall with the game. She has very good second serve, good spin, so it pushes you out of the court, so it's not easy to step in.
Was it even more difficult to play Iga here, knowing that she has lost a match at this tournament?
Yeah, of course. For me, last 2 times I was coming, it was not that successful, the tournament, and I was playing Fed Cup, also traveling a lot, but this time I prepared much better, and of course she likes the courts. For me, it's a little bit difficult to move. It's really slippery and you need to be very strong, and for now I'm happy that I managed to pull off these 3 matches, and even today, this 3-set battle I managed to win.
Elena, you are one of Iga's most uncomfortable opponents. What gives you this advantage in matches against her? The tournament magazine named you as a player with a poker face. Maybe this one?
I think it's just style of the game, and Iga, she moves really well and she likes to dominate in the rally, and with me it's difficult because I play fast, I play flatter, and also like to move the opponent, so it's kind of I think matchup where we're both pushing each other, we're both trying to dominate in the point. So I think of course also my serve helps a lot. That's why some matches I win, some matches I lose, but it's always tough for her to play against me and for me to play against her.
Iga, it's not the result you would have wanted today, but just talk us through your thoughts on the match, and especially what you thought Elena did really well today.
Well, she played better than me, obviously. It's hard right now for me to analyze what specifically was better. For sure, she served better. I didn't serve well in the 3rd set, so yeah, so that's a shame. But at least I know what I can work on, and we'll focus on that.
You've had some good wins against Elena, including this year, but you've also had some losses. What is it that Elena does that you think you find most tricky or difficult?
Well, there's no like one specific thing. I just think, honestly, she's probably me, Arena, and her are the best players on tour, honestly. And she had struggles with some injury, but every time she's healthy, she is playing well. So so there are specific aspects of her game that are hard, but I wouldn't say there's like one specific. She's a good player, that's all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Thank you.
Ready? Play.
Iga Swiatek came through her match against Christian 6-2, 7-5. Set 2 was obviously I wouldn't say a struggle, but it was a lot closer. The furthest that Swiatek's been pushed this tournament so far, wasn't it, Damien?
Yeah, I mean, I think Christian gave an inspired performance for sure. You can definitely look at it both ways. Iga is not dominating the opening week at Roland Garros as she usually is, but at the same time, she got a lot of good reps in today against an opponent who was really, well, first of all, serving very well, but also in the rallies was just not shying away from anything really. And I think she still showed a lot of just how different her game is at this event with these big courts, with so much time on her shots. I think she was super fun to watch as well with all the angles and, using the physicality as we usually would like her to, but it's not always happening. So yeah, I think it was a very good, warm up for the next round. Of course, it's better for her that it's going to be Rybakina than Ostapenko, because it seemed like in the last two matches, especially this year, she found something against Elena, was able to start moving her around a lot more and yeah, basically get to do that at least regularly. But nonetheless, I think this was a really good sort of preparation for latter stages moment, and just a lot of tough work, honestly, almost 2 hours, I think, for the two sets.
And Damien, obviously talking about reps there, is it good that, she's kind of had that tight set after the season? She hasn't had her greatest clay season that she would have liked to have had defending all those points, cousin. So, that coming through that tight set's a big confidence booster for her, right?
It's not a bad thing at all. I think she would prefer to be winning 1-0 in all of her sets, but yeah, it's not a bad thing to get one of these sets out of the way still relatively early on in the tournament. She hopes to go quite a bit further from here. Yeah, Christian was very good today, put up a great challenge, especially in the second set, and Iga had to go earn this one. And she ended up pulling this out late. So it's a really good win for her, and yeah, a much bigger challenge coming up now. But yeah, the match against Rybakina will be very interesting.
Yeah, and looking forward to that Rybakina match. Is Swiatek there was obviously that press conference that we were talking about before this stream that was obviously talking about, Swiatek said in the interview that she won't be looking at the Rybakina Ostapenko match, and obviously that was a lie. Is she kind of, obviously Rybakina is one of 5 people before this season, 5 people to have beaten Swiatek on clay in Rome in 23, was it?
Yeah, the quarters in 23. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that kind of sitting in the back of Iga's mind, or is it for Roland Garros, so full throttle for Iga ahead of this matchup match?
Yeah, I don't know how much she'll be looking at the Rome match, because she was up 6-2, 4-2, and it looked like she was going to win that, and then the second set got a little complicated. She had that injury and she retired to 2 games into the third. So I think in her mind she'll feel like, okay, for 85-90% of that match, I was able to move Rybakina around. I was able to play my usual sort of heavy topspin, high margin tennis. And she does have I think the test today was really good for her, because in the first set against Christian, she basically just only had to worry about herself and just play her normal brand of tennis without thinking about the opponent. But in the second set, when the opponent actually stepped up, that's when she was forced to just construct points a lot better and use the width of the court, and it was a lot more thinking that she had to do on the spot, and she saved 6 break points out of 6 and didn't get broken. So that was a good test for her, because it didn't end up going 3, and she still had to battle for an hour 20 minutes. And so I think from a mental standpoint, that's pretty good. Obviously a very different opponent in Rybakina in the next round, and Rybakina is in great form herself, but overall Iga should still feel like, okay, I'm coming into this with a lot of positive things, even if my clay season hasn't gone nearly as well as I would have wanted or anybody hoped for. It's still, she's got the history at this event. She's got the recent history against Elena. She's got the test that she needed in the third round. So Yeah, I mean, overall, she would have prepared this much more than Ostapenko. She made that pretty clear in the press conference, even though she didn't directly say it. It was like she was caught red-handed almost by the journalists in the room. So
absolutely. And Damien, I think it was maybe on day 3 of Last Ball Drops, you were saying that you're not going to say that we're going to get an Ostapenko-Iga round 4 because you just don't back Ostapenko to, make... you can't call it, you said, because you just don't know what you're going to get when Ostapenko steps onto the court. And today specifically, was there anything that went wrong for Ostapenko?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. I think, there are definitely better rounds, better tournaments that kind of show it, because she tends to lose to basically anybody if she has a very bad day at the office. Today it was Rybakina, so, I still respect Elena a lot. It's also been a conversation of the past, like, half a year, how high are we still treating Rybakina? Is she still like top 5 level-wise or not? I have her like thereabouts. So yeah, I don't think to lose to an opponent like this, something has to go necessarily wrong for her. Obviously, yeah, it would have been maybe a slightly better narrative, slightly better story if she got to play Iga. But I think in the end, that's also a pretty difficult opponent. I think I said in a tweet today that like Swiatek was able to use all the time she has on this court at this event today, but then the test will be next round when she has none of it. And against Rybakina, she doesn't quite have none of it. She kind of has some of it. Also, to answer the question that Jake wanted me to answer, I don't think so. I think it would have been difficult to win set 1 easier than she did. But probably maybe she like closes it out a little bit quicker just before Christian, gets going by this much. But I don't think a 1-0, but I guess I'm a supporter of the theory that she could have closed it out a little quicker last year, yeah.
Does Rybakina she obviously won the title in Strasbourg and, she's, kind of swept through the opening 3 rounds here. Well, she didn't quite sweep through her first round match, but she made it through her first round match. Does she have a lot of confidence going to this Iga match, Carson?
I think so. What does this say? 9-match winning streak now. So it's 8 matches.
8.
Yeah, 8. So again, that's not something that can hurt at all. And yeah, has had matches against Iva Jovic, who that wasn't the easiest match to come through either necessarily, and then Ostapenko in this one. So I think she's got some confidence. I think this match though is going to be a really good tell for where these 2 players are headed the rest of the season. If one of them looks fantastic or if both of them look really well. I just think it's going to be interesting and kind of like a match that we could look back at in 5 or 6 months and say, remember that when that happened, and it was kind of like a turning point for someone's season.
Yeah. And I kind of feel that, Iga, I think it was it Dave that said that Iga will have, I think French Open fever was the words he used, and kind of sweep past Rybakina. And it actually wouldn't surprise me if she does, but I feel like Rybakina has more in the tank to give than Iga to sweep past. She doesn't quite give you that time on court to, exactly put the ball where you want to. And the backhand battle is won by Rybakina, then things can get pretty close, because that's where I think things are probably the closest in terms of matching up them directly. But yeah, it should be very interesting, but I still favor Iga, I think.
Elena Rybakina has also beaten Iga Swiatek on the clay in Stuttgart, as well as the result that was mentioned when she overcame Swiatek in Rome, albeit obviously a debilitated Iga, who ultimately retired before Elena went on to the title. But regarding that Stuttgart match, it was an exciting match and one where Rybakina prevailed. We also spoke to both players after that match, and I think we can listen to their thoughts now, albeit it was a year ago, and reflect upon those thoughts ahead of their French Open clash.
Elena, congratulations, you're into your first final here in Stuttgart. Talk us through that match, because it was quite epic.
Yeah, it was a very tough match, like always against Iga, and really happy that I won on clay. Gives confidence, of course. Yeah, I was serving much better today. I think just because also you play against such a good player that you know that every point counts, and I was pushing myself. And first 2 matches I was adapting a bit to the conditions, to the balls, and maybe I was serving a little bit more passive. And today I was going for the serve. I was trying to change it a little bit. So yeah.
Diego with the serve, but I'd also like to talk to you about your return today, which I thought maybe that's the best you've returned, certainly this tournament, but I thought your return was amazing today. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I think the return definitely improved from last year, from both angles, and of course it depends on the opponent. A bit of the speed of the serve and of course placement, but yeah, since we played with Iga many times, more or less I try to predict where she's gonna go, and really happy with the return and overall with the game. She has very good second serve, good spin, so it pushes you out of the court, so it's not easy to step in.
Was it even more difficult to play Iga here, knowing that she has lost a match at this tournament?
Yeah, of course. For me, last 2 times I was coming, it was not that successful, the tournament, and I was playing Fed Cup also, traveling a lot, but this time I prepared much better, and of course she likes the courts. For me, it's a little bit difficult to move, it's really slippery and you need to be very strong, and for now I'm happy that I managed to pull off these 3 matches, and even today, this 3-set battle I managed to win.
Elena, you are one of Iga's most uncomfortable opponents. What gives you this advantage in matches against her? The tournament magazine named you as a player with a poker face. Maybe this one?
I think it's just style of the game, and Iga, she moves really well and she likes to dominate in the rally, and with me it's difficult because I play fast, I play flatter, and also like to move the opponent, so it's kind of I think matchup where we're both pushing each other, we're both trying to dominate in the points. So I think of course also my serve helps a lot. That's why some matches I win, some matches I lose, but it's always tough for her to play against me and for me to play against her.
Iga, it's not the result you would have wanted today, but just talk us through your thoughts on the match, and especially what you thought Elena did really well today.
Well, she played better than me, obviously. It's hard right now for me to analyze what specifically was better. For sure, she served better. I didn't serve well in the third set, so yeah, so that's a shame. But at least I know what I can work on, and we'll focus on that.
You've had some good wins against Elena, including this year, but you've also had some losses. What is it that Elena does that you think you find most tricky or difficult?
Well, there's no like one specific thing. I just think, honestly, she's probably me, Arena, and her are the best players on tour, honestly. And she had struggles with some injury, but every time she's healthy, she is playing well. So. So there are specific aspects of her game that are hard, but I wouldn't say there's like one specific. She's a good player, that's all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Samas, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. We are here to watch Elena Rybakina against Iga Swiatek, and highly anticipated clash between the 2022 Wimbledon winner and the 5-time Grand Slam winner and 4-time French Open winner and defending champion Iga Swiatek, who's only ever lost twice at Roland Garros. One of those defeats, I think, was to Maria Sakkari, I think, in 2021 in the quarterfinals. Who was the other defeat to? I'll let you guys tell me in the live chat. We've already had one women's fourth round match completed today. That was the one between Jasmine Paolini and Elena Svitolina. What a painful, painful result that'll be for Jasmine and her fans, because she was serving for the match. She had match points. Both those opportunities came and went. Svitolina pounced and ended up racing away with the third set 6-1. So Paolini, the last year's finalist, who of course lost to Iga Swiatek, is out of the tournament, and Svitolina is the first person through to the quarterfinals. Tommy Paul is through in straight sets over Alexei Popyrin as well. And that brings you up to date with all things Roland Garros for now. Although you could say not quite up to date, because there is also, of course, Qinwen Zheng against Samsonova. That is currently underway, and they are 3-all on serve in the first set. Regarding this match here between Rybakina and Swiatek, Rybakina is serving first, as you can probably see, and has 2 game points to get on the board immediately. Pretty baking sunshine, it looks like, in Paris today. Rybakina has held for one love, the number 12 seed. She has been sliding down the rankings this year. See, Qinwen Zheng has some break points to save over on Susan Longland against Samsonova. Qinwen looking pretty comfortable on serve prior to this particular game. Yeah, I think because it was Rybakina, it softened the blow, let's say. But of course, it would have been fun. But now, with every Ostapenko match, I almost want that run to continue. So it's like, yeah, I guess the final nail in the coffin, of course, would have been Philippe Chatrier. So yeah, no, I did want it. But it's not bad having. It's not like it was Ostapenko going out to Dollarhide or something, and then getting a dollar high Swiatek round 4, or or going out to Zarazua or Jean, dare I say, and having to watch Jean up against Swiatek in a round 4. So, yeah, I also I'm kind of intrigued to see how a new sort of dialed in, if you like, maybe Rybakina can do. Lovely forehand winner there from Elena across court, love 15. And Samsonova is up a break on Qinwen Zheng. So those of you just tuning in, please do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. First serve from he goes into the net. So it's love 15, second serve. Backhand return from Elena. Backhand down the line from Elena is going to clip the line, but Iga doesn't stay in the rally because she puts her forehand wide. And it's love 30. Yep. There's a small chance we'll have a watch along for Musetti Runa as well, but that is not confirmed yet, let's say. 4 minutes on the clock here anyway. Rybakina held to 15, and now she's pressurizing the Iga serve already. Love 30. Elena has, of course, beaten Iga, and that's a good return, and it's forced the error, although you could say that Iga was stuck in the mud there a little bit. Love 40 now, and we've got 3 break points. Of course, we've got last ball drops anyway. That's a certainty. And I think we've got Nick. Carson maybe, and Damien maybe. Ooh, that's a loose forehand there from Elena. So it's 15-40. One of those break points has been saved. Good serve. Oh, what a return that is from Rybakina, but well defended from Iga. Rybakina's going to come into the net, but it's not going to be necessary because Iga can't get the pass. So we've got the break of serve. 2-love. Elena Rybakina leads. First blood for Elena. Rybakina serving here 2-love and 15-love. Hi, Renz. I'm not sure what channel this is available to you on. Depending on what TV stations in Philippines are showing the French Open. Sadly, we can't show it for legal reasons. But Renz, if you can do me a favor and hit that like button, and also there's a button that says subscribe below, that would be great if you haven't already done so. $15-all. Forehand cross court to the forehand of Iga. Has that landed out? Yes, it has. Just out, it seems. 30-15, Elena Rybakina. So, thank you, Rens. Very kind. Second serve here for Swiatek to look at. 30-15. Defending champion. Not quite on the ropes, but yeah, certainly taken a body blow so far. Good backhand return from her, but she's out of position, is she? Is that going to land in? I don't think it is. That's gone long from Rybakina. Wasn't quite the open court, but 30 all. Dave here confidently saying Iga won't win. Why do you say that, Dave, with such certainty? Oh, that's very cool, Vince. Yeah, I'll keep you posted and just keep listening, keep tuning in, stay in the live chat as well. I'm sure there's other people that'll be keen to exchange thoughts with you as we've got Iga on the backhand there. Oh, the defense there from Rybakina, though, is not good enough. And we're going to have a break point, a break back point for Iga Swiatek to get things back on track and back on serve. 30-40. Steadying the ship, I guess, is another expression we could use. Oh, it's a good serve there from Rybakina. We're at deuce. Nice breakpoint save there for the Kazakh. Okay, Igor on return here. Forehand down. Oh, what a forehand that is from Elena Rybakina. On the run. Look at that. Clenched fist. Game point, Elena Rybakina. And she's held. Unreturned serve there from Swiatek. Maybe Iga could have done better with that return, and it's 3-love. Rens, have you seen our interview that we did with Alex a few weeks ago in Portugal? There's a bunch of Ayala videos we've got out there. So, how's it going with Jung and Samsonova? I think Jung has broken back. She was a breakdown, but it looks like, yeah, she's broken back and is at 4-all. Anyway, there's a bunch of Alex Ayala. Yeah, we've got an interview, Rents, that you should check out. Let's see where it is on this. Here it is. That's the interview with Iala. Yes, I understand why you might be worried, Snehil. I understand. 3-love down, 15 all here on her serve. Looking vulnerable, let's say. Long way to go, though. Long way to go. So Ren's here, I think, is a fan of Iga's, but is actually tipping Elena to win the match. Down the tee there from Iga. That's a good serve. Nicely pinpointed there. So it's 30-15. Iga yet to win a game. Still early stages here on Philippe Chatrier. Just 13 minutes on the clock. Actually, that's just ticked over to 14 minutes. 12 minutes past 2 local time. Iga says she prefers playing in the day. Well, she's got a day session. And that's a good service. An ace for the pole. 40-15, she now leads. To the relief of her box, Wim Fissette there clapping. Iga down the tee there, but she's gone wide on that first serve. Second serve here, 40-15. Good return there from Elena, 40-30. Punishing that second serve. So 40-30 here. Still a game point for Iga to get on the board. 3-love, she's down in this first set. Here goes the serve, which is long. So it's going to be a second serve. 15 minutes into this encounter on Philippe Chatrier. Round 4 for a place in the quarterfinal. The winner will play Elena Svitolina. Is that a good serve? No, it's a double fault. Deuce. Iga there, pretty aggressive on that second serve, and as it turned out, just a bit too aggressive. And it's a double fault. And so we're at deuce. You feel like if Iga loses her serve here, given how well Elena has both served today, but in general, in terms of that being a weapon for her, you'd feel as though this would be the set done, even on clay. And Elena's going to get a second serve to look at here. She's just tapping her thigh, like to say, look, there's a chance here to kill this first set. Backhand return from Elena. Nice shape there. What a forehand cross-court that is from Elena. And Swiatek, rooted to the spot, brings up a break point for Elena Rybakina. Well, well, well. Break point, Elena Rybakina. Goes down the tee, forehand return. What was that decision there from Iga? I don't know, but she's not won the point yet. That drop shot, though, is Elena going to put this away? She is. Very unusual decision there, I thought, to go into the forehand of Elena, but there we go. It is what it is. Iga stumbled, almost surprised herself. She just sort of stopped after the stumble as well. She probably surprised herself that she managed to get the ball over the net. But either way, Elena Rybakina, 17 minutes, has raced into a 4-love lead. Still a long way to go, but the set is done surely. So I'm just thinking back to some of the sets. Even losing sets is not that common for Iga Swiatek. She won the first set against Naomi Osaka last year. Even though it went 3, she won the first set. She did lose the first set to Maria Sakkari in 2021. That was a straight sets win for Maria. She also lost in straight sets. Look at this from 29. This is the, Swiatek's 2019 run to the 4th round before she got crushed by Halep there. Samsonova is going to serve for the first set over on Susan Longland against Qinwen Zheng. Indian Wells 2023, right? Because, of course, these girls have a 4-4 head-to-head. We've got a 3 game points, and Elena Rybakina, quick as you like, has held serve for 5 love. Did we have a bagel for Swiatek on clay in Madrid recently? Am I dreaming that? Madison Keys. But ultimately, she prevailed in 3 sets. But I think it was there was a bagel set in there, wasn't there? Iga described that Madison Keys match as the weirdest match ever. So she was bageled there, but I'm not saying she's going to be bageled here, but my goodness me, 5 love Elena Rybakina leads. Welcome to our viewers on Instagram. Do give us a follow on Instagram, by the way, at Talking Tennis TT. And of course on YouTube, hit the like button and click subscribe just below the screen. You can also follow us on X as well, which is also at Talking Tennis TT. And join us here on the live chat. Renz is pretty much writing off set 1. Well, I think at 4 love, I was also doing the same. So now at 5 love, even more so. But he does think we're going to go 3 sets. Nerlan Ice, I basically tipped Rybakina. So, yeah, but Vanch was 60-40 Iga. He was less dismissive. But, yeah, Damien was like, Iga's winning this. So, Iga Swiatek here, second serve, love 5. Do we think Vim for set will be gone if Iga loses today? Iga's good. What a return of serve! Just killing that second serve. Love 15. Wow, wow, wow. What are we witnessing here on Philippe Chatrier? What are we witnessing? Backhand return there from Elena. Forehand cross court Elena is just too good. Just too good. Getting taken apart. Indeed. Elena did have to fend off a break point. That was probably the most important point of the match. At 2 love, Rybakina was leading, but 30-40. But she saved that break point with a big serve. And her serve has been impeccable, and Iga's has just been so attackable. Love 30 here. Some funny bounces. Iga puts a forehand away. She looks pleased with that one. A little skip there after that as she tries to avoid the bagel. But there was a funny bounce there that helped Iga for sure, that just preceded that winner. Just didn't bounce up high enough. I think they need to sweep these courts. Of course, they won't be able to sweep them between the next game because it'll be the 6th game. Although, of course, if it does end up being the end of the set, they might well do. Goes down the tee. And I think Elena's gone long with that return, so it's going to be 30 all. Oh, no, it was a good return. My bad. 15-40. Wow, 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 this return of serve from Rybakina today has been fire. Nurlan with the takes. Second serve as well, 15-40. Okay, we're into the rally here. But that's a loose forehand from Elena Rybakina. It's 30-40. So, are we going to get the bagel or not? 30-40. Second serve here. We've seen Rybakina just kill this second serve today. You'd think that she'd want to kill off the set here and serve first in the second set. Second serve. After the first serve went wide. Are we going to get a double fault? No. Forehand return is long. Deuce. Hold the front page. Definitely, Nurlan. I've missed this Rybakina. It's great to have this Rybakina back on tour. I know exactly what you mean. Second serve again for Rybakina to look at. I think, or is it being called an ace? Yeah, it's being, yeah. Rybakina's calling it long, and it is long. 25 minutes on the clock. 5-love. Do not adjust your audio. You are hearing me correctly. Iga Swiatek is down 5-love on Philippe Chatrier. Forehand return. It's not really good enough, that one from Elena. But now she's into the rally. But good shape there from Iga Swiatek as she brings up a game point to win her first game of this match. Remember, she had a break point in that third game, which would have got it back on serve. But then the next 3 games just raced away from her. Okay. Game point, Iga Swiatek, desperate for a first serve. She doesn't get it. Second serve here. Elena would be keen for the bagel for all sorts of reasons. Mostly so she can get the first serve and just get this set over and done with. Double fault from Iga Swiatek. Deuce. Absolutely rattled, says Jake. Even if you're an Iga Swiatek fan, please do hit that like button. Sorry if I'm the bearer of bad news. Hey, Millhouse, hit the like button, people. Deuce. Double fault there from Iga Swiatek. The bagel is still on. Nurlan really giddy in the chat. I don't think I've ever seen him this giddy. Forehand there is too good. That forehand shape that Iga can get on that is incredible. And Rybakina gets a racket on it, but cannot defend. So it's another game point for Iga Swiatek. Can she get on the board and hold serve? First serve clips the net and goes well long. Iga might wish it was Ostapenko instead. Yeah, good point, Millhouse. Game point here for Iga Swiatek to make it 5-1. But not 5-1 to her. 5-1 to Rybakina. Backhand return from Rybakina is good, but well defended from Iga. Backhand down the line. Elena's going to get a smash. Doesn't put it away, but Iga goes long on the backhand, so it's deuce. That was a curious rally. It was a difficult smash from Rybakina, to be fair. Deuce. Just over 7 minutes now on the clock. Where are you going with this serve? You are going to clip the net. So still a first serve here for Iga Swiatek at deuce. Nick is on the last ball drops tonight. Second serve here for Rybakina at deuce. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. It's possibly Carson, possibly Damien. I have to confirm who will join Nick. Is that a double fault? Or did it clip the line? Yes, I think it clipped the line. Wow, that was a super aggressive second serve. Just goes to show how vulnerable she's been on that second serve. Dave, very quick answer to you. Yeah, twice a week, pretty much. So that's pretty cool, especially in Germany in the summer. Yeah, second serve ace, Terry. Terry, can you share the Discord link in the chat, or can you send it to me? Maybe you've already done so. Has Iga held? I think she has held, yeah, 5-1. So no bagel. No bagel. There's the Discord. Come join us on Discord. 5-1. But Elena will now serve for the first set. Qin Wensheng, I think, is into a tie break against Samsonova. $15 here becomes $30. So Rybakina has had set points come and go, albeit on the Iga serve. Iga, they're defending for all her life, but $30. We will, of course, have Ben Shelton against Carlos Alcaraz. Live watch along to follow this one. Good return of serve there from Iga. Forces the error. 30-15. $30-15. Do hit that like button, by the way, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. We're trying to get to 16,000 subscribers, maybe before the end of the French Open. We'll see. Backhand return from Iga into the body, but that's a lovely forehand reaction there from Rybakina. 40-15. 2 set points for Elena in this round 4 clash. Remember, the winner will play Elena Svitolina after she came from a set and a breakdown to come back and win against Jasmine Paolini earlier today. 40-15 here anyway. Iga Swiatek, Rybakina hits the first serve into the net. Second serve for Swiatek to look at. Double fault was that? I think it was. Yeah, 40-30. 33 minutes. Sabalenka, how many set points is that? I think she maybe had 2 on the Swiatek serve, and she's had 2 more on her own serve. So I think this could be her 4th set point. It's going to be a second serve as well. She goes wide on that first serve. Backhand return from Iga's good. Deuce. Iga's not giving up on this set just yet. She's had 1 break point on the Rybakina serve in the match so far. Wasn't able to take it at what felt like a pretty important moment when it was 2-love. Listen, I remember, I think, Rafa racing into, I think, a 5-love lead over as Rybakina, too much power on the backhand there. She's going to have another set point. Remember him racing into a 5-love lead over Djokovic in 2021 in the semis? And then Djokovic just started playing better towards the end of the first set. It was a little bit too late, but it was enough to lay down a marker for the beginning of the second. And maybe Swiatek has done just that here. It's an ace down the tee. Rybakina takes the first set, 6-1. Wow. As I've just tweeted here as well, the Swiatek serve was being killed in that set. 6-1. 34 minutes. Rybakina. We'll get the stats for you in a moment. In the meantime, do hit the like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Do let us know in the live chat as well. Can you see a way back for Iga? Get voting in the poll as to who you think will win. I should imagine that will be changing. Indeed, Jake. Excellent set. Return of serve sublime at times from Elena. Alcaraz, Shelton, yes, please. Of course, that is coming up shortly. We'll have that live on the channel. And we have a returnee to the channel, someone who's not been on the channel for a long time, maybe a year since they were on the channel. I'm not sure when they last did a commentary, but I'm really looking forward to them being on the channel today. This is a record. So when Swiatek has been breadsticked in a match, she's won 5 of those encounters and lost 20. So, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Good shout. Could be Jethro. Might not be. There's the Discord link. Please do check us out there. Just seeing, yes, Samsonova and Zhong into a tiebreak. 6-all, of course. That's what a tiebreak means. As I say, we'll get the set stats up for you from that first set. That the most important stat, of course, of all is that Rybakina won it 6-1. I think I can see that Iga has gone off court. Maybe let's go on the French Open website and see if we can get the stats there for you. As I see Arina Sabalenka practicing serves. Of course, the winner of this Swiatek-Rybakina match will play Elena Svitolina after she came through in 3 sets earlier against Jasmine Paolini, which barely tells the story. Paolini was serving for the match and a straight sets win. She had match points, went to a tiebreak in the end after she was broken back, and then Svitolina ran away with the third set 6-1. Jarring loss for the Italian. So there's some of the stats for you. 2 aces apiece. 2 double faults for Iga Swiatek and 1 for Elena Rybakina. First serve percentage in from Iga Swiatek, 44%, which is, yeah, not going to help, especially the way Elena was returning with such venom today. As you can see, though, it was both on the first and the second serve that Elena was performing so well. And Elena serving so well herself. Pretty much that tells the story. Elena winning 86% of her first serves. Iga Swiatek winning 45% of her first serves. Okay, so Swiatek is back on court. Actually, Rybakina has also had a moment off court as well. 38 minutes that set. 6 games to 1. Yes, Swiatek, just 45%. Could be Tom. Could be. Could be Miles. Hello, Bereki. Bereki, can you please hit the like button? And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Seeing Zhang and Samsonova, 2-all in their first set tiebreak. Iga Swiatek hit a serve at 1-6. Both players back on court, and off we go. And those courts look nicely well swept, I should say. Not nicely slept, swept. By the way, Rybakina started off this second set as she ended the first, or entire the first, killing that serve. Thank you, Bereki, for subscribing and also liking as well. With a great return of serve. Love 15. Is this going to be Iga Swiatek's earliest French Open exit since 2019, when she exited at this exact same stage when she lost to Simona Halep 6-1, 6-love? Of course, 6-1 was also the score in that first set. 6-1, 6-love would be nuts. Love 30. Lovely angle there from Rybakina. Wow, this could be over in double quick time. Do hit that like button, people. We might not have much longer left. Get voting in our poll, by the way, and I imagine that has swung heavily in Rybakina's favour in the last half an hour. Samsonova is up a mini break on Kunwen Zheng. 4-2 she leads at the change of ends in their tiebreak. So love 30 here. Iga Swiatek serving into the forehand of Rybakina. That's a great return of serve. It's not one of the point outright, though. Iga defending for her life and not able to defend that. Love 40. Just killing that on the turn. Rybakina having so much fun out there. And she's found her best serve in the world levels today as well. Bereki still predicting a third set. Love 40 here. 3 break points. Second serve. It's a double fault, which undoubtedly would be brought on by the fact, and look at her just remonstrate with her team. I just wonder if we are seeing the end of the Wim Fissette Iga Swiatek partnership. This is the match that I think will define her tournament and maybe even her year. It's the French Open, ladies and gentlemen. Return quality in this match. Iga Swiatek 7.2, Elena Rybakina 9.4. So I'm just laughing at Terry's response there. Good morning, Ashley. Ashley is a member, by the way, and you can become a member and help support the channel and get some extra bonus videos, including lots of interviews with professionals across the tour by clicking the join button just below. Anyway, 1 love, 15 love, Elena Rybakina. Over on Susan Longlen, how's that tiebreak going between Kunwen Zheng and Samsonova? Zheng has won 3 points in a row after having a 4-2 deficit at the change of ends. She now leads 5-4 in that tiebreak. Yeah, please do. If you're wondering what he's referring to, it's some of our merchandise. Which I can share with you in the live chat. as well. Get yourself a hoodie. You want a white hoodie? We've got grey hoodies as well. There's the grey hoodie, look. Or the white one, whichever you prefer. That mug as well. That's a must-have item, surely, for everybody's kitchen. Can't call yourself a talking tennis fan or even a tennis fan without having a talking tennis mug. Anyway, 40 love here for Rybakina to take a 2-love lead. And a backhand into the net from Iga Swiatek. And it's 2 games to love. This is just getting... If the first set was wow, 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 I don't know where we're at now on the wows. How many wows do we need? About 10, I think. Talking tennis microphone cover, yeah. Da, 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 da. Wim Fissette is looking concerned. You may well be concerned. That P45 might be coming your way very shortly. Backhand cross court from Iga. Rybakina on the defense. Looped up and goes long. 15 love. We're not done yet. But Iga Swiatek is yet to break the Elena Rybakina serve. $15 love here for Swiatek. Kunwen Zheng has a set point over on Susan Longland. Good return there from Rybakina, but the pushed out too far out wide, and Swiatek puts the winner away for 30 love. Interesting how Rybakina's team clapped that point, even though Iga won it. 30 love. And Kunwen Zheng has won that first set. I'm just going to talk to Eddie, who's doing the Kunwen Zheng match. Hey, Eddie, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Just a very tight first set there. And Zhang with some gutsy play there to get over the line.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've got all my eyes on, in terms of the match itself, on Rybakina and Swiatek, and I think this is whatever happens in your match. I'm afraid the headlines will probably be coming from Philippe Chatrier. But I did see how the scoreboard was swinging in that set with Samsonova. She had at least one break advantage, didn't she? Did she get a second a break as well at one point? So she breaks serve, she's up a break, then it's back on serve, then she breaks again. Did she serve for the first set?
Yeah, she was serving for the first set, and Zhang broke back. And, and then eventually went to the tie break. So, yeah, it was a really tight one. But I think Zhang's just a little bit of quality here and there that was just enough to... Because there were some moments as well where Samsonova was really on top in some of those points, and then somehow Zhang was defending so well and managed to come out on top. And yeah, and obviously in these key moments she was able to break back and obviously win this tiebreak. And I think you went with the big players, the better players. It's just how they handle these specific moments. And
she was 4-2 down, wasn't she, as well in that tiebreak? So you talk about the specific moments, winning the sort of 3 or 4 points in a row that she won. After that, because I saw that she was 4-2 down at the change of ends, and I thought, okay, this is interesting. Yeah. But then it suddenly, before I knew it, was 5-4, and it's like, oh, okay, that's entirely changed the dynamic of the tiebreak. And in the end, she got over the line. Of course, as I said, all the headlines right now coming from Philippe Chatrier. I think even if Iga comes back and wins this, it'll be a huge headline in itself. But the big difference here is, well, there's a couple of huge significances and stats, basically. Rybakina in that first set was 86% on first serve winning. So she's winning 86% of her first serves. And Iga, I think, was 45. And a part of that dynamic as well is the fact that Rybakina was just killing her serve. And it almost didn't matter if it was first or second. And in fact, Iga won 43%, so a very similar percentage on the first. And the second set, it started very similar fashion, with Rybakina really attacking that serve. So that's the story from Philippe Chatrier. If you need a break at all, Eric, where you are, if you need a 2-minute break or whatever, just send me a message in the private chat. I'll be keeping an eye on that throughout, and I'll see it. Because we could, or if you want yourself, you can always just press the button yourself. I don't know if you see that thing that says while there's a break in play at the top of the options. If you go down the videos, it's the first video.
I can't see that because I'm not.
Oh, okay. You're in as a guest. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So just write me a message in the private chat. If you want a 1.5 minute break, I can just press that button and give you that opportunity whenever you want it. All right. So that could be a change of ends or the end of this set if it goes 3.
All right.
Cool.
Well, your match might be, I think the Rybakina match might be over before this one, even though this one started first. Just looking at the way that one's going. So Rybakina up a break 3-1 in that second set after taking the first 6-1.
Okay, back to Rybakina against Swiatek. They're just keeping us up to date with all things tennis elsewhere at the French Open. But here we are back on Chatrier. Rybakina serving 2-1. She leads. It's a double fault, though. So love 15. Iga gets back on serve here, and we've got a match on. Forehand to forehand exchange right now. There's good shape there from Iga. But Iga goes long on that forehand as she changed directions. Maybe she should have just kept going cross court. How are we doing in some of the other matches? I should keep up to date. Or have we just got 2 matches on right now, actually? I just saw someone talking about Madison Keys. Yeah, we've only got 2 matches on right now, of course, and it's Samsonova against Qinwen Zheng, and of course this one between Iga and Elena, and that's the scores on the doors. 15:30 here, though, on the Rybakina serve. I know it's a cliche, but it is a bit of both. But it is, if you want to hone in, as I say, it's quite easy to just hone in on the serve. And just hone in on if you really want to keep honing in, hone in on the Iga Swiatek first serve. That's what if you just want to keep going and narrowing down the scrutiny, that's what I would do. But if you want to then go back out, you can then go the Iga Swiatek second serve. You can go the Rybakina return, and you can go the Rybakina serve as well. I think Iga's getting that shape, though, finally on the forehand, and I think she should stick with that. And that was an unnecessary change of direction at I think it was love 15 that she executed and went long on. But anyway, it's 30 all here. And it's going to be a second serve for Rybakina to deal with or to serve up. Backhand return from Iga was good. Now down the middle of the court. Good shape there, though, from Iga, but good cross court from Elena, who's also getting good depth. But now she skews the forehand wide. 30-40. Break point. Iga Swiatek. Similar to that first set. Remember, 2-love. Rybakina led. And Iga had a break point to get it back on serve. She couldn't take it. Rybakina held for 3-love, and that was the first set done. Okay. Oh, an ace from Elena Rybakina. How clutch is that? Deuce. Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. Not getting that one, as you said, Dave. Backhand return from Iga. Forehand into the forehand of Iga. And that's the shape that I was talking about. But nice levels of depth and aggression there. Decent defense from Iga. And Rybakina, really difficult to put that short ball away. And she hits the net. So it's going to be another break point. Keep up with those forehands cross courts, Swiatek. Keep that shape. I don't know about hope for the error, but maybe draw the error. As she did there. Break point, Iga Swiatek. Number 2 of this game, number 2 of this set, and I think number 3 of the match as a whole. She's yet to take any of them thus far. Good serve down the tee, but can Rybakina put this ball away? What is Rybakina doing? Oh my goodness me, Elena Rybakina has somehow contrived to lose that point. I said, what is she doing? Because she had a very easy put-away smash here, but she goes exactly where Iga Swiatek is on the court. Or put-away, sorry, forehand, and she went exactly where Iga was on the court. Iga defended, but the smash, a schoolboy, a child, a blind 112-year-old person is putting that away. But Elena Rybakina, a professional tennis player, does not. And Iga Swiatek is back in this match now, ladies and gentlemen, at 2-2. How huge will that point be? How huge will that point be in this match, in Iga's season, and Iga's French Open? A Jocko smash, says Terry. Let's go. And Iga's won the first point on serve. Elena's just got to get that out of her mind ASAP. Forehand return from Rybakina is pretty good. Into the rally right now. On the backhand of Iga. Into the net. 15-all. Okay, Swiatek to serve. Out to the forehand of Rybakina. Not a bad return. Good depth there, though, from Iga. Now it's on the forehand of Iga. She's going to clip the net, and it's going to land out, and it's going to be 15-30. 15-30, ladies and gentlemen. Samsonova is down a break point to Qinwen Zheng. Okay, 15-30 here on the Iga Swiatek serve. Look at Elena ready to attack. Maybe she just was a few centimeters too close there, though. 30-all. Iga breathes a sigh of relief. But at least I feel as though Elena's hopefully put that horrible smash out of her mind. Forehand return from Elena. And it's going to really good. That was a good return. It might have been a backhand return. I'm half not concentrating. I was just trying to think on some bigger picture stuff. Anyway, it's 30-40. Break point, Elena Rybakina. Break point. She's already broken Iga's serve 3 times, I think, in this match. Maybe 4. 3 for sure. Maybe 4. Backhand return from Elena. Forehand Elena. Backhand Iga. Down the line. That's nice. Backhand Iga cross court into the backhand of Rybakina. And it's a lovely backhand there from Iga Swiatek, which has held that break point, or saved it, I should say, for deuce. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play. Okay. Game point now, Iga Swiatek. Game point, Iga Swiatek. She is serving. Where's she going with this serve? She is going into the net. That's where she's going. So it's going to be a second serve for Elena Rybakina to look at. And it's a double fault for Iga Swiatek. That must be concerns about her second serve being killed. Deuce. Double faults today from Swiatek, 4. Elena Rybakina, 2. She's taken a few risks with those second serves, that's for sure. Samsonov has held against Qin Wenjing in that first game of the second set. Lovely shape again there from Swiatek, but good defense from Rybakina. Is she going to be able to defend that one? No. Game point, Iga Swiatek. So, Swiatek into the net. Second serve here, game point for a 3-2 lead. Which, bearing in mind, she was down a break. It's a double fault again in the ad court, so we're at deuce. No lacking in bravery on that second serve. Nerland's so giddy there, look. Literally. Ryba literally has attacked every single serve of Iga, first or second. Goes down the tee with an ace there. Game point once again for Iga Swiatek and a 3-2 lead. Well, well, well. Serve out wide, and it's gone long and wide. So it's going to be a second serve. Remember, the last 2 times on the ad court with game points, she double faulted. How's this second serve? I bet she's going to be pretty aggressive again. Although maybe she won't be. Let's see. She went big, and she's double faulted 3 times in a row now on that ad court. She's not changing that tactic, which I understand. I just thought the third time with a game point, roll it in, ask Ryba the question that I know that she's answered with verve throughout. But who knows? Maybe she just gets lucky and you know, Rybakina dumps it into the net or something. Anyway, deuce. Goes down the tee. Second serve this time in the deuce court. Backhand return. This time she takes care on that second serve. And she gets punished. So maybe that's the problem. That's the problem that Iga's dealing with. I get it. I get it. I just thought that game point, though, in the previous one, after 2 double faults before. She's not going to be going big on this second serve. I'm telling you that now. Not facing... The previous times were game points, but now it's facing break point. She might even take care on the first serve. I wouldn't be... I'd be tempted to just roll it in on the first serve. Gets the first serve in. Patted back. Oh, lovely forehand winner there from Swiatek. Deuce. Ooh, this game feels huge. 3 double faults, Jake, all in the ad court, all when she had game points. This game feels big. Here we go, deuce. Swiatek to serve. Goes down the tee. Backhand return from Rybakina. It's got good depth on it. They're into the rally, but eager there with that shape that I've told you about. Now on the backhand cross-court into the backhand. Oh, lovely backhand cross-court winner there from Elena Rybakina. And Iga didn't do much wrong in that rally. Maybe she was a bit predictable, but yeah, you got to. Anyway, break point again for Elena Rybakina. Swiatek just made sure she got that first serve in last time. I think she should do the same. Does it? Gets the first serve in, and there you go. That's. I'm telling you. Tell you what, if you want to dump Vim for set, I'll join your team, Elena. Iga Swiatek, no doubt about it. But we might have to have words about Dario Abramovic's position. Deuce. Whew. Good serve there from Iga, but decent return from Elena Rybakina. Backhand from Rybakina goes wide. Game point, Iga Swiatek. 10-minute game this. Feels huge for Iga Swiatek's French Open future in 2025 at least. Samsonova, 2 game points for a 3-love lead as she fights back, having lost that first set. Iga Swiatek also fighting back. She was down a set and a break. She has a game point, though, here for a 3-2 lead. Goes down the tee, hold, serve. Huge hold of serve there for Iga Swiatek. To the delight of her team. Punches, claps, and points to the ground, which mean absolutely nothing. But what does mean something is the fact that Iga Swiatek has held serve for 3-2. No. Stick with it. Go on the grass. It's a free hit. Chill. Swing freely. Who knows? Maybe pick up a title. Maybe get to a final, which she hasn't, of course. She hasn't won a title since the French Open last year. She was unequivocal as well when asked in Rome about whether she was going to skip the grass season. She just said it was all fake news coming from the Polish media. Anyway, Rybakina, when we return, or when they come back on, or they are on, but you know what I mean, when they return to the court from this changeover, will serve 2-3. First time that she's been behind on the scoreboard in a set because she broke serve immediately at the beginnings of both sets 1 and 2. And leads that she held throughout the first set and was not far off bageling Iga, actually. But ultimately won at 6-1. But was also up a break here. And remember, she's up a break, Rybakina. She's down break point as she's trying to consolidate that break. And she's got a smash that I have no idea how she contrived to put that into the net. And if Rybakina loses this match, or Iga wins it, that'll be the point. If Iga Swiatek wins the French Open title this year, that'll be the moment that she'll reflect on without a shadow of a doubt. 2-3, Rybakina anyway. Second serve. Good. Oh, I was going to say a good backhand return, but no, not quite. I think it just landed out. No, I think it may have landed in. So it is a good backhand return. Love 15. Is this the Iga Swiatek comeback? That smash, that incredible hold from that 10-minute game, and now love 15 on the Elena Rybakina serve. Is this the turning of the ship? Is this a momentum shift? We'll see. Second serve here for Iga Swiatek. This feels like a big point. Backhand return from Iga's good. Backhand from Elena Rybakina is long, I think. So love 30. Pressure. Clips the net. We're into the rally here. Elena not doing enough, and she goes long on the backhand side, and we've got 3 break points for Iga Swiatek. How mentally jarring must this be for Elena Rybakina? Up a set and a break, and now staring down the barrel for a break for Iga Swiatek. Love 40 on Elena Rybakina's serve. Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Well, well, well. Love 40. Second serve here for Iga Swiatek to look at. Feels huge. Feels huge. Backhand return from Iga's good. Backhand from Elena's not bad. Defense from Iga's okay. Defense from Iga's okay. Elena comes into the net. Elena comes into the net, but she's passed. She didn't do anywhere near enough with that volley. Far too tentative. Iga Swiatek passes and leads 4-2. She was down a set and a break, but now she's on a run. Wow. I think we've got a story here, whatever happens. And Iga Swiatek, of course, serving first in this set. Rybakina was close to the bagel and could have served first in this set, but ultimately she lost that game. And yeah. Look at Iga, by the way, right now. Just a different person in the last 20 minutes. Feeding off maybe the anxiety from the other side of the net. She feels like the stronger player mentally right now. 15 love. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe as we head inexorably towards 16,000 subscribers. 15 love, Iga Swiatek. Backhand return from Elena. Backhand to the backhand. And it's a backhand. And Iga Swiatek wins that point. 30 love. Hey, Casey, can you hit the like button, please? 30 love here, Iga Swiatek. Second serve for Rybakina. Now, Rybakina, remember the damage that she was doing for just over a set on that second serve of Swiatek's, but also the first serve. Nerland has suddenly gone quiet. Curious, that one. Forehand return. Feels tentative, that one from Rybakina. She's not killing that return like she was early on in the match. And gifts, I think, the point there to Iga Swiatek. 40 love. Is Rybakina already looking towards the third set? It is only one break of serve, remember? But the way the momentum has shifted in this match. Goes down the tee. Forehand from Iga. Forehand from Rybakina. And it's an unforced error on the forehand side from Iga Swiatek. 40-15. Thank you, Casey. First serve is long from Swiatek. So a second serve. Backhand return from Rybakina. Good depth on that. Forehand from Rybakina goes into the net. The unforced errors are spraying off the Elena's racket right now. 5 games to 2, Iga Swiatek. What a change in momentum. Pretty sure that was a Rybakina fan we just saw there shaking her head. That smash. Feels huge. Tennis, eh? Tennis. This was a poll that we had on Twitter, by the way, pre-match. Swiatek 57%, Rybakina 43%. Yeah, feels about right. Did I give a Robbie Koenig line? Or did Robbie Koenig give a Robbie Koenig line? Just a reminder, the winner of this encounter will play Elena Svitolina in the quarterfinal on Tuesday. What did he say? That was a tentative forehand as well from Rybakina, but Swiatek wasn't able to punish her with the backhand down the line that went wide. 15 love, Rybakina. Okay, 15 love, Rybakina serving. Good backhand return there for me, but dealt with well by Rybakina. Can she put this short ball away? Yes, she can. 30 love. It is just one break of serve, ladies and gentlemen. It is just one break of serve. So 30 love for Rybakina. And it's going to be a second serve here for Elena. Now into the rally. Elena on the defense. We're going to check a mark, are we? I think it's from the serve, which went out. So it's a double fault, 30-15. Okay, we're into the rally here at 30-15, but Rybakina has gone long. That's a nervy forehand, that was. 30 all. The confidence just draining out of her. Very much similar to Paolini in the previous match, who was serving for it, had match points, but wasn't able to deliver the decisive blow, and Svitolina came back to winning 3 sets. And it's going to be a second serve here for Swiatek to look at. Good serve there, though, from Rybakina, but I think she's let Swiatek out of jail there with that one, but that's a decent forehand down the line, 40-30. That's the verve that she had in the first set. And that's a lovely forehand winner there from Elena Rybakina, 5-3. Remember, it's just one break of serve, but with the huge momentum shift, it does feel as though things have changed quite significantly. If you want some Talking Tennis merch, do check it out. I'm going to post the link there in the live chat for you. Look at all that cool stuff. Black t-shirt, white t-shirt. We can get the gray t-shirt as well. White hoodie, gray hoodie, stickers, bags, notebooks, and of course a Talking Tennis mug. Where would you be without a Talking Tennis mug? Okay, Swiatek here serving for the second set. (15-love). Oh, that's a horrible volley there from Rybakina. Rybakina at the net in the last half an hour. Oh my goodness. Deary me, Elena sitting duck there in the end after not being able to put that volley away. So, 15-love. 3 points away from leveling this match up. Into the rally here. Backhand to backhand. Iga not getting a huge amount of depth on these shots, but might not need it given the amount of unforced errors of late from Rybakina. There's another one. There's another one. On the forehand side from Rybakina. 30-love. Okay, Swiatek serving down the tee. Backhand return is wide. The return is wide. And she was killing those serves earlier in the match, but now 3 set points for Iga Swiatek. Yeah, we should get a DK. Doesn't matter t-shirt, you're right. Swiatek here serving 40-love. Are we going into a third set? It feels inevitable. First serve is unreturned, and we are going to a third set, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm pretty sure on Susan Longland, they're going to go into a third set.
Hello, John.
Hey, Eddie. Are you going to a third set as well?
Looks like it, but actually, no, Zhang has 2 breakback points here, so 15-40.
Yeah, double break that she's got to get back though, right? So yeah, of course, as I said to you, I mean, plenty of drama in your match as well, and on any other day, I think it would be getting a lot of the headlines. But Rybakina had a smash on top of the net to when she was break point. She was up a set and a break, as you're probably aware, and I think she was facing break point, but was just all over this particular point, and basically not 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, she wins it. And the final smash it wasn't difficult. She was about a meter away from the net. I don't even know how she managed to put it into the net. She gets broken and her confidence is gone. The returns of serve that she was hitting before that were just, killing Iga, now they're going in the net. Now they're going long. During rallies, she's looking tentative. She's spraying forehands wide and long, and unforced errors are coming off her racket left, right, and center. And Iga's feeding off that. And yeah, we're now going into a third set. By the way, I see that Samsonov has saved those 2 break points.
Yeah. That's really nicely done as well with it. backhand winners working out well for her from the middle of the court. Yeah, Zhang's been just poor in this second set. I mean, she could have broken so early in that first game, Zhang. She had 3 great points in 140. Didn't happen. And
My name.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Dramatically changed directions, and now it feels like the momentum is very much against Jung and very much here, obviously, against Rybakina. And is she? Okay. I'll talk to you about what's going on with Rybakina and Swiatek, then we'll sort of pair up that way. And when the third set gets underway, I'll leave you. But for now, we've got Rybakina serving, and it's Swiatek winning the first point, love 15, with an excellent backhand cross court. She's feeling very, very, very good right now. And she's feeding off the negativity, I guess, from the other side of the court. A break of serve here, and yeah, I don't know.
the first set, though, was it? I mean,
Could have been a bagel.
was there an
Could have been a bagel.
It could have been a bagel, yeah, but was an element of Swiatek, like nerves, or nerves? Is it?
I mean, for sure, those demons of the clay court season thus far, and maybe even her last 12 months, but particularly the clay court season for Iga, just where we thought that she would, you know, finally turn her year around, if you like, but it just didn't happen in Stuttgart, nor Madrid, nor Rome. And so she goes down 2-love. She has a break point at 2-love, the only break point she garnered in that first set. And Rybakina, you know, gets an unreturned serve and then holds for 3-love. And so at that point, those demons that have been bugging her throughout this clay court season were apparent. And of course, with every unbelievable return from Rybakina, it was just sapping away at any confidence that Swiatek might have had. Conversely, the confidence has just been sapped away from Rybakina from the moment that smash went into the net and she gets broken back, because that was, remember, to break back at the beginning of the second set. You know, Rybakina holds there and she's consolidated her break. And yeah, and it's a very different match. By the way, we're at 40-15 now. So this will be a nice hold for Rybakina if she can get it. That was also an interesting thing. Rybakina was just, so I remember the match beginning and she was up 40-15 on her serve. She holds to 15. I think she breaks Swiatek either to love or to 15. It was a very quick break. And she has a moment of doubt at 2-love, Rybakina, at the beginning of the match. But from that hold onwards, it was just one-way traffic. And it was one-way traffic all the way until that smash on top of the net, which I know I've mentioned 3 or 4 times, but you've got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Rybakina's just held there. So that
She has, yeah.
Perhaps she can create a bit of pressure again.
Yeah, right. She's just had to stem the tide, which she has done by holding there. You know, it was just one break of serve in the end that was decisive in that second set in terms of it being 6-3 with one break, but it felt like the set was done from the minute Iga broke, even though, you know, it was only just one break for Elena, but it didn't feel like the set was ever in doubt, really, after that. Because there was the second psychological blow. It wasn't as big as the smash on top of the net, but the psychological blow of Iga holding when she had a 10-minute hold to then go up 3-2. Yeah, and Iga was double faulting quite a bit in that game. Still, there was Iga, of course, because she was feeling pressure on that second serve. She was going big on it so often, and I actually felt, and I was saying it during commentary, I was like, you know what, just you know, contrary to what we've seen for the rest of the match, if you're just putting you know, if you're rolling in your serves, they're getting killed. I think now, after all these double faults, it's time to just roll a couple in, or just make sure you get your first or second serve in. And actually, in the end, it drew errors from Rybakina, and she holds, and then 3-2, and off she goes. Anyway, have the players returned to court where you are on Susan Longland?
Still a long break here. Zhang's still off court, so they're just showing random people in the crowd now, and they're waving at the cameras.
Wim Fissette, by the way, must be feeling a bit more job secure for Iga.
Yeah.
She goes out in round 4, and I think it's a headline that probably comes up probably a week after the French Open sort of thing. You know, it'll be like, oh, Wim Fissette and Iga have parted ways. But now, if she goes on to win this match, I think he's probably safe for a bit longer.
Still give her a great chance of going on and winning tournament.
If she wins this, for sure. Yeah. And it'll be that smash. That'll, you know, we talked about the Naomi Osaka match last year. Obviously, the match point or match points. Did she have 1 or 2, Naomi, last year? She had at least 1 on the turn, albeit. And Naomi did serve for the match, but I think she went love 40 down or went down pretty quickly. But that was those minutes, if you like, in that match that won Iga Swiatek the French Open. And this year, if she does go on to lift the title, it'll be that smash from Rybakina that we'll be looking at.
Yeah, well, so I mean, like, yeah, talking about that last year, she had that nervous energy from her again, but she still managed to ride it and come through it.
Yeah.
That match. So this might be another. You know, she might this just might be the one match. Yeah, that she has a poor start in, but then she turns this around, and yeah, she might have a great remainder of the tournament. And Zhang's now back on court here.
I don't think Svitolina will pose as many problems as Ostapenko potentially would have done, of course, but also Rybakina has today. So a lot will depend on who she faces in the semi and what kind of shape that player is in. You know, it could be Zheng, could be Samsonova, could be Sabalenka, could be Anisimova. One of those 4, I think, would be lying in wait in the semis, all posing slightly different problems for Iga. But yeah, this is the one. I've been bigging it up for the last 48 hours, and this is the match that's going to define not just Iga's tournament, but possibly even her year. Anyway, 30 all here on the Swiatek serve. She raced into a 30-love lead, and a couple of nice backhands from Rybakina. And yeah, this has a different complexion. I think you've got a third set underway, right? So I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, but it is underway between Zhang and Samsonova. 15-love. Zhang serving.
It's just back to me now.
That was a decent serve.
To me now sit up, but yeah. So hopefully you can hear me loud and clear at the very least. So 30 all here on the Swiatek serve. Goes down the tee, backhand return, forehand to forehand right now. Oh, a lovely forehand winner there from Iga Swiatek. That shape that was so apparent in the second set and so lacking in the first is very much apparent there on that shot, 40-30. Because that was huge, 30 all, you suddenly got a break point, and who knows, in the flash, you're suddenly down 3-love. Forehand winners now, double figures for Iga in this match, 10. Good serve from Iga. Backhand to backhand. Backhand to backhand. Switching up to the forehand of Elena. Has Elena gone long? No. Good depth from both players there. Iga, look at that forehand winner. That's the 11th one of the match. And she holds for 1-all. Iga Swiatek, 1-game-all. Wow. Okay. So 1-game-all here. Rybakina serving 15-love. Zheng and Samsonova are also into a third set in a match that's also seen a dramatic change of direction. Zheng winning that first set after being a breakdown on 2 separate occasions, also being 4-2 down in the first set tiebreak, but ultimately coming back to win it 7-6. Felt a big set to win that one for Zheng, given the deficits she had. And yet Samsonova responded in some style, winning the second set 6-1, and now they're into a third. Here, the momentum change happened with Rybakina up a set and a break. And then she has a smash on top of the net. And Swiatek breaks back. Swiatek then holds after a 10-minute service game. And then Swiatek goes on to win that second set 6-3, and a huge momentum shift, both in terms of this match, but even perhaps her tournament. Either way, 30-love here on the Rybakina serve. Great return of serve there from Iga Swiatek, 30-15. Where is Nurlan? Where has he gone? Hmm. (30-15) here, Rybakina. Oh, that's a nice shot there from Elena. 40-15. Remember, she went down love 30, I think, on her serve in the previous game. It's a lovely reaction, backhand down the line, that. Do hit the like button, by the way, and if you're watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe just below the screen. Okay, Rybakina has serving 2 game points, tips the net and goes long. Second serve. Backhand return from Iga into the feet of Elena Rybakina, and it's forced the error, 40-30. Good first serve there from Rybakina. She's on the attack, and it's forced the error on the forehand side from both players. She leads by 2-1. Okay, how are we getting on in the Samsonova-Kunwin Zheng match? Well, Zheng has held for 1-love. Samsonova is up 30-love on her serve. Results from earlier on today saw Tommy Paul winning straight sets over Alexei Popyrin. So he is through to his first ever French Open quarterfinal. He won 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Nice symmetry there. Matches, of course, to come on the men's side today include Shelton Alcaraz, which we will have a live watch-along for you as well at the conclusion of this encounter. Also, Tiafoe Altmaier up on Susan Longland, and the night session match on Philippe Chatrier will be Musetti Runa, which is as close as can be in terms of how we can predict and see that one going. Musetti may be in slightly better form, but Runa, the Barcelona champion, has an incredible ceiling. On the women's side today, we've got two matches, I say, in action right now with Samsonova Jung and Rybakina Swiatek, both into a third set, and both of those are on serve as we speak. Sabalenka Anisimova to come on Susan Lenglen, which will be the fourth and final women's match today. And a match that has already concluded was Elena Svitolina in a store. I said it today. I said it last night on Last Ball Drops. Today will not disappoint, and it has not. Svitolina there, incredible comeback win for her. She saved match points in that win over Jasmine Paolini. Okay, Swiatek here to serve at 1-2. Lovely forehand winner there for Swiatek to bring up 15 all. Jung and Samsonov remaining on serve. So yes, the winner of this Rybakina Swiatek match will play Elena Svitolina in the quarterfinal on Tuesday. Okay, still a first serve here for Swiatek because that first serve did clip the net. Rybakina feels as though she's steadied a little bit after that confidence-shaking second set. Shaking and breaking, shake and bake. Good serve there from Iga out wide. Backhand from Iga. It's got Elena on the run. She's defended it, but surely Iga's going to put this one away. She does, 30-15. So, 30-15, Iga Swiatek to serve. Long and wide. So second serve here for Rybakina to look at. 20-4 local time. Remember, coming up after this will be Carlos Alcaraz against Ben Shelton. But that is to come. Here we are, tense moments on Philippe Chatrier. 1 hour, 41 minutes on the clock for this match. Backhand return from Rybakina. Backhand down the line from Iga's really good. Defended, though, by... No, not defended by Rybakina. So 40-15. Two game points here for Iga Swiatek. Backhand return from Rybakina is good. Now, that's the backhand return that we saw so often for the first set and a bit of this match. That's what she's got to be producing if she wants to break the Iga Swiatek serve like she did so often, as I say, in the early stages of the match. Where is Nerland, though, ladies and gentlemen? Where is he? Backhand winners, Rybakina 11, Swiatek 5. Still a game point here for Iga, 40-30. Forehand from Iga, forehand from Rybakina. Good depth there from both players. Iga on the attack, and that's too good. Backhand winner down the line. Bringing up her 6th backhand win of the day. 2 games all. 2 games all, ladies and gentlemen. Forehand from Iga into the forehand of Elena. Elena's on the defense here, but good depth there from Elena whilst on the defense. And Iga hits an error on the forehand side. So it's 15 love, Elena Rybakina. Which match will conclude first? Samsonova-Jung or Rybakina-Swiatek? Okay, Rybakina here serving 30-15. (30-15) becomes 30-all, though, with Swiatek attacking there, forcing the error. Rybakina on the run, not much she could do about that. 30-all. Big moments now. 2-all in this third set. How's this point going to pan out? You can see Rybakina a bit anxious here on some of these shots. Probably just wishing for an error from Iga. Did that just touch the net? Oh, lovely backhand cross court there, though, from Elena Rybakina. And the racket comes flying out of the hand of Iga Swiatek. Whew. Her heart must have been in her mouth there, Elena. Look at that backhand. One hour, 46 minutes. The clenched fist from Elena. Oh, Iga Swiatek. Look at that. Smashing the net. She's annoyed with herself there. Is she going to get a code violation for that? Oh, yeah. 3-2. So 3-2. Elena Rybakina leads. Over on Susan Longlen, we're at 2 games all between Samsonova and Kunwen Zheng. Drama everywhere we look at the moment. This day has not disappointed. I said it on Last Ball Drops last night that this day just could not disappoint. I see Vishal has joined on Instagram. Indeed, comeback by Iga. She was down a set and a break, and now she's forced a third set, but she's down 3-2. Just lost her momentum a little bit, and also her confidence there. She put that forehand into the net and then ends up smashing the net at close proximity with her racket. 2-3. Iga Swiatek serving here. Tense times across Roland Garros, but especially here on Philippe Chatrier. Forehand return from Rybakina. It was a good body serve from Iga. Backhand down the line from Rybakina. The confidence is coming back. Love 15. Okay, love 15. Iga Swiatek here serving. Backhand return. Forehand from forehand. Forehand to forehand. But the forehand from Iga's gone long. And it's love 30. Wow, this match. Another twist awaits. Unforced errors in set 3. Just one off the racket of Elena Rybakina and 8 from Iga Swiatek. This point feels huge. Forehand return from Rybakina. Forehand to forehand right now. Good depth there from Elena. Back to neutral. Nice shape there from Iga. Good attacking play though from Elena. Bit of a loopy backhand there from Elena. That forehand cross court from Iga's too good. 15-30. Well, well, well. 15-30, ladies and gentlemen. First serve is into the net. Tense times over on Susan Longland as well. Very similar stage on serve in the third between Jung and Samsonova. Second serve here. Rybakina are ready to pounce. 15-30. Clips the net, that one. Lands in, so it's still a second serve for Iga Swiatek. Again, Rybakina crouching down, ready to pounce. Good depth there on that serve. Backhand down the line from Rybakina. Forehand cross court from Rybakina. Is that going to land in? Oh, I think there's some uncertainty here. I think it's been called out. But the umpire's calling it in. Iga just rubs the mark and accepts it. $40-15. Oh, sorry, 15-40. 15-40. Don't get that one wrong, John, because this is huge. Here we go. 15-40. 2 break points for Elena Rybakina. Backhand return. Forehand to forehand right now. Forehand from it goes into the net from Rybakina. 30-40. 1 break point saved. 1 to go. Just remember how anxious, tentative, uncertain difficult it has been for Iga to serve into the ad court today. Well, she's about to do so. 30-40. How's this point going to pan out? Good serve from Iga. Forehand Iga. Forehand defense from Rybakina. She was pushed too far there, though. Deuce. 2 break points saved. Kunwen Zheng has held serve on Susan Longland. She leads 3-2 in the deciding set there. Here in the deciding set, also on serve, Rybakina also leads 3-2, and we're at deuce on the Iga Swiatek serve. If you're just joining us, please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. Good return of serve there from Rybakina as they exchange backhands right now. This camera angle is pretty horrible. And Iga Swiatek has gone long, so it's an unforced error off the forehand from Iga Swiatek. We've got a third break point for Elena Rybakina in this game. The momentum at the beginning of this third set felt like it was all with Iga. Swiatek was down a set and a break, but she broke back when Rybakina smashed a smash into the net, on top of the net. Double smash, double net. Either way, momentum changed at that moment, and Swiatek went on to win that second set. Here in the third, Rybakina has a break point, though, and it's going to be a second serve in the ad court to look at. How's this serve going to pan out? Remember, quite a few double faults into the ad court from Iga in the second set. How's this one going to go? It lands in. Backhand return from Rybakina. Now on the forehand of Rybakina, but she's gone long, has she? Yes, she has. Ooh, that would have been close. She's almost smiling there at just how close it was. Yeah, the umpire confirms as he gets out of his chair. Remember, no electronic line calling this year at Roland Garros. Deuce. Six and a half minutes this game. Both these matches now building to a crescendo. Forehand down the line. Is it going to force the error? No, we're still in play. Is Elena going to get a racket on that one? She is, but surely Iga's going to put that drive volley away. She does, although it was probably a little bit closer to the line than for comfort there. And she's got a game point. Game point for 3-all. Look at the sweat there from Iga Swiatek on her hat. Second serve. Iga Swiatek. Whew. This is huge. Where are you going with this serve? Backhand return is long, and Iga Swiatek holds 3-all. Wow, wow, wow. Elena just checking the mark there in terms of that second serve, but it was comfortably in. She knows it. Seeing pictures of Aryna Sabalenka backstage warming up for her match. She's playing on Susan Longland today. And yeah, 3 games all here between Rybakina and Swiatek. Over on Susan Longland right now, Samsonova and Zheng is also building to crescendo. Samsonova is 2-3 on her serve. So Rybakina here to serve at 3-all. The return is that a good return? It is. What a return from Iga Swiatek. I saw the clenched fist and assumed that she'd won that point, but to my eyes, it had gone out. But it hadn't. So it's love 15. Does Iga smell something here? I think that smell will become a stench if it gets to love 30. First serve into the net. Second serve here, 1 hour and 58 minutes. What a 1 hour and 58 minutes of drama-filled action we've had here on Philippe Chatrier. Backhand return from Iga is really good. And not much Elena can do about that. It's love 30. Wow. Love 30 on the Iga Swiatek, on the Elena Rybakina serve. Is this the break? Is this the decisive moment? Down the tee with that serve. Patted back. Elena's got to win the point here, but she doesn't win it outright, but she gets away with it because Swiatek doesn't punish it. 15-30, putting that forehand into the net. She again went the wrong way, in my opinion, Rybakina on that one. 15-30. 1 hour, 59 minutes, just shy of 2 hours here. And just before 2 o'clock in the, just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, local time in Paris. Clips the net, it lands in, so it's still going to be a first serve. Those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Swiatek here, receiving serve at 15-30. Waiting to pounce. Backhand return from Iga is also really good. That forehand's going to go long. 15-40. Some returns of serve here from the top draw from Iga Swiatek has helped her win 3 of the 4 points in this game, and she's going to have 2 break points at 15-40. Break point opportunities in this set. This is the first ones for Iga Swiatek. Elena had some in the previous game. Well wide on that first serve. 15-40, second serve to look at. Backhand return from Iga. Backhand from Elena. Backhand to backhand right now. Good depth there from Iga. And it's a backhand into the net from Elena Rybakina and a clenched fist from Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek has broken for 4-3. Wow. This match has had quite a few twists and turns. Is there going to be one more or even 2 more in this match? If there are no more twists, then Iga Swiatek will be in the quarterfinal to face Elena Svitolina. We've got a break of serve also on Susan Longland, where Kunwen Zheng has broken Ludmila Samsonova. Wow. What drama. What excitement. 4-3, Iga Swiatek leads with a break. Zheng is also up a break now on Susan Longland. Remember, the winner of Swiatek Rybakina will play Elena Svitolina after another drama-filled match as well earlier on Philippe Chatrier, where Paolini had match points and she served for it. Once that slipped through her fingers and we went into a third, though, all the momentum was with Svitolina, and the Ukrainian ended up seeing it out 6-1 in that third set. Back to the present here. Swiatek up a break in the deciding set on Rybakina. Kunwen Zheng up a break in the decider on Samsonova. Players returning to the court here. Swiatek to serve, 4-3. Patrick Mouratoglou watching on. Coach of Naomi Osaka, of course. She went out in the first round to Paolo Badosa. Backhand return from Rybakina. Forehand to forehand right now. Getting that shape that Iga loves. Lovely backhand cross court there from Elena. And it's drawn the error from Iga Swiatek. Love 15. She seems to be in a bit of a hurry here. 2 hours and 3 minutes this match has been so far. And it's been gripping. Even that first set, when it looked like we might be on for a bagel, was still fascinating. But that smash, the missed smash. Rybakina on the return. That's a lovely return of serve from Rybakina. Is it going to help her win the point? Iga there goes long on the forehand. Love 30. Are we going to get another twist in this incredible tale in Paris? The city of love. Well, love 30 is the score on Philippe Chatrier right now. Forehand return. Good depth on that forehand, but that's a lovely shot there from Iga, forcing the error, 15-30. Decisive moments perhaps in this match, because love 30 becomes love 40 and we're almost back on serve. Love 30 though becomes 15-30 and Iga still has a great chance of holding. She'll be keen for a first serve here though into the ad court. It's often evaded her on this side today. She goes long. It's going to be a second serve for Elena Rybakina to look at. Zheng Samsonova, 4-2, 30 all in the deciding set. Swiatek Rybakina, 4-3. Swiatek leads with a break in the deciding set also. Backhand return. What a backhand return that is from Elena Rybakina. 15-40, 2 break points for the Kazakh. Can she get it back on serve in this deciding set? Woo! Tennis, hey? Tennis. Into the rally here, 15-40. Forehand to forehand they are right now. Both players pushing each other out wide. Change of direction from Rybakina. Backhand to backhand right now. Now it's on the Rybakina forehand, which goes into the net. 30-40. Whew. Some raised eyebrows there in the audience. No idea as to who he's a fan of with the sunglasses on there, even though I could see his eyebrows above them. Still a break point here, though, for Rybakina. 30-40. Tense moments. First serve clips the net and also lands in, so it's still going to be a first serve. Remember that return of serve from the ad court and the previous point that set up the 2 break points for Rybakina. That was from the top draw. But 1 break point saved. So it's now 30-40. Loose ball toss from Iga. She composes herself again. Remember, this is still a first serve. Into the net. Second serve. Where are you going with this one? Might go to the forehand after what happened on the last one. Oh, it's long! And Elena Rybakina has broken service, a double fault. And we're at 4-all. There is another twist in this incredible tale. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on serve. Rybakina to serve at 4-all. Those of you watching on YouTube, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. You can also join us as a member from as little as €2, $2 or £2 per month. You can just click the join button below and get to view many of our exclusive videos available for members only. And of course, you will also be supporting the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. But either way, join us in the live chats on Instagram, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and YouTube. 4-all here, Rybakina serving. Backhand return from Iga's into the net, and it's 15-love. Wow. Kim Wen-Zheng facing a break point over on Susan Longland. Backhand return from Iga's good. They're into the rally. Forehand Iga. It's going to be a winner, is it? It is. 15-all. Jake must have fallen asleep somehow during this incredible battle. Is Jane lurking? Where is Ghosty? And Nerlan has been quiet ever since the momentum was wrested away from Elena Rybakina in the favour of Iga Swiatek. But right now, are we at 50-50? May well be. See how this point goes. 15 all. First serve is wide. Backhand return from Iga's good. Forehand now from Iga Swiatek. Backhand to backhand. Forehand from Iga. Forehand from Elena. Has gone long, 15-30. Are we going to get 3 breaks of serve in a row? And it would then be Swiatek serving for the match. Are we going to get to that point? We'll see. 15-30. Big moments here. It's been big moments throughout. Really, throughout the match. It's been incredible. Full of drama, if not necessarily always the highest quality of tennis. First serve is into the net from Elena Rybakina. Samsonova has broken back against Qinwen Zheng. They're on serve on Susan Longland. Backhand return from Iga. Forehand from Elena. Forehand from Iga. Forehand down the line from Elena's gone wide. 15-40. 2 break points. Iga Swiatek. You can cut the tension with a cricket stump. As the late Murray Walker once said. Or as he said it many times. Okay. 15-40. Down the tee from Rybakina's long. Second serve here to look at for Iga Swiatek as she seeks the break of serve that will put her in a position to serve for the match. Forehand for return from Iga. Is a double fault, is it? It's a double fault, I believe. He's going to check the mark. He's calling the players back. Wow. Wow, he's calling the players back. He's going to call this in, is he? He's calling it back. He's calling it in. Ooh, drama, drama, drama. It was what was it called a double fault? Both players assumed it was. They walked off. And yet the umpire's calling it in. And it was in according to the electronic line calling as well. So, 15-40. Replay the point. That might annoy Rybakina as well because it was an unreturned serve. Anyway. Does she get her first serve back? Well, it's a good serve. We're in the rally. Comes into the net. Iga tries to pass but fails. 30-40. Wow, wow, wow. Another twist in this incredible tale in the city of love in Paris. 30-40. Full of drama on Philippe Chatrier. Full of drama on Susan Longland as well, where there's been plenty of twists and turns in that tale as well. Okay, Rybakina serving here. 30-40. First serve is into the net. You'd imagine she'd go to the backhand. She goes to the backhand indeed. We're into the rally here. Good forehand there from Rybakina, forcing the error from Swiatek on the run. We're at deuce. Wow. We were in a position where we thought we'd seen a double fault and we thought the players were walking off court. In fact, they were walking off court and we were anticipating Iga Swiatek to serve for the match and a place in the quarterfinal to face Elena Svitolina. The umpire, though, went to check the mark, overturned that double fault, and now we're back to deuce. Boy, oh boy. Rybakina, first serve is long. Deuce, second serve. Backhand return from Iga. Backhand from Elena. Backhand from Iga down the line. Forehand to forehand right now. Good depth there from Elena, forcing the error. I think Iga was caught by surprise. She thought it was going to go long, but it landed just in. And it's an unforced error on the forehand side from Iga Swiatek. And we've got a game point for Elena Rybakina. There's a mishit there from Iga. And it's a game point, Elena Rybakina. Feels buoyed by that overturned double fault. Is that an... Ooh, it was close, but no cigar. Second serve. Jake just saying, oh, wow, stunned. I'm guessing it's by that double fault overturn. Backhand return from Iga's good. They're into the rally here. Iga on the attack, puts the forehand away, and we're back at deuce. Little shake of the racket. We know that shake of the racket from Iga. Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy. This middle Sunday in Paris has not failed to produce. Deuce. Good serve out wide. Is that from Rybakina? No, it's going to be a second serve. Deuce here, second serve on Philippe Chatrier. Qin Wenjing is serving for the match over on Susan Longland. Backhand return from Iga. Forehand from Iga's into the net. And it's going to be a game point for Elena Rybakina. This game has lasted almost 8 minutes. Qin Wenjing serving for the match, but it's 15-30 on her serve. And Elena Rybakina has held. Wow. 5-4. So now Swiatek is going to serve to stay in the match from a position where it seemed like she'd be serving for the match when we thought there'd been a double fault. Wow. It got overturned. Wow, wow, wow. 5-4. 4-5. Swiatek to serve. What are we thinking now, ladies and gentlemen? Who's the favourite? I mean, Rybakina's ahead on the scoreboard. What a mental battle this has been for both players. Iga so close to being bageled in the first set. Iga down a set and a break. Rybakina has a smash on top of the net that she doesn't put away, dumps it into the net. Swiatek breaks back. Swiatek then holds serve in an epic service hold for about 10 minutes that game. That was then an epic service hold, though, from Rybakina, and has now the momentum for the first time in the best part of an hour gone back towards the Kazakh. Qin Wenjing has won. Qin Wenjing. Wow, Qin Wenjing, I've just seen it. Eddie, sorry to interrupt.
Good win for her.
Yeah. I've got Swiatek here serving to stay in the match. So if something mad happens here, like, you know, some match points, for example, I'll bring it back. But let's just do a quick 1 minute wrap if we can on Qin Wenjing against Samsonova. Tell me what happened.
For the whole match? Yeah, so very tight first set. Obviously, it went to a tie break, but, you know, Samsonova was up breaks and, you know, even was able to serving for the first set at one point, but, you know, Jiang Wen came back, took it to a tie break and was even down a mini break in that tie break and came back from 2-4, win it 7-5. And yeah, it was just nice, clutch, gutsy play in that first set, but there was a completely different second set because after, you know, it looked like Zhang might break early, Samsonova held on and she broke, and since then she was doing really well, especially hitting a lot of forehand winners. But Zhang was making a lot of errors and was her level definitely dipped. And then into the third set, it was a closer set than the second set, but Zhang, I definitely deserved to come out on top. She was up a break twice and eventually was able to hold on with that second one. But I felt like, she did well in those big moments in that final set to get over the line, and, some up to her level of aggression and shot making. And in the end, it was a case of, doing bring out her best play when it mattered most.
Seemed like a mental battle as well. I mean, as I say, I haven't seen the match, but I'm just watching the. I mean, that third set had a few twists and turns, just like we've had on Philippe Chatrier as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was. She served actually better as the match went on, Zhang, but she wasn't able to keep it always when she needed it. But I mean, in the end, I think. Yeah, it wasn't the best match overall for her, and she obviously I think she's going to be going over with her coach why she had that big dip in the second set. I mean, it's not exactly going to bode well. Maybe if she's heading into a match against Swiatek, she's going to cut that out. But she was really delighted actually getting that win. I don't know if you saw her drop the ground there.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah,
she was really delighted.
Yeah. All right, Eddie, big thanks for today. Nice, healthy audience as well, it seems, across both channels. Do make sure you hit that like button. You're going to get a reminder of that as well as we end this stream. So, yeah, just one more time. Thanks, Eddie, for that.
Yeah, cheers.
And see you all soon.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like.
Right, back to Swiatek, who's held serve for 5-all here. So, back to Rybakina Swiatek. Kim Wen-Zheng is through in 3 sets. Now the momentum feels like it's back with Swiatek. 5-all, Rybakina serving. Return of serve there from Iga. They're going cross-court on the forehands at the moment. Change of direction from Rybakina. Backhand is long from Swiatek. So 15 love. Whew. Those of you who are watching the Zheng Samsonova match, thank you for joining us. Please do hit that like button. We might be going to a tiebreak. Indeed, we'll see. It's 5-all, 15 love. Oh, it was just inevitable, Sean. It just couldn't fail to deliver. Of course, one of those matches that did deliver was Elena winning in 3 sets, coming from a set and a break down to Jasmine Paolini. She also had to save some match points too. Okay. Swiatek here, receiving serve at 15-all, 5-all. Five-all, 15-all. Rybakina serving. This match has had plenty of twists and turns as well. Second serve return, forehand to forehand. Has that forehand gone loose? It has. 15-30. It's a really comfortable hold from Iga in the previous game. I wonder if that says something about where both players are at. 15-30. 18 unforced errors on the Rybakina forehand today. Goes down the tee with that serve. Decent return, though, from Iga. Forehand to forehand right now. Good play there from Rybakina. She's in charge of this point. But Rybakina's... What the hell was that drop shot? What was that drop shot from Elena Rybakina? Oh, boy. I'm not sure it was the right decision, but it was so poorly executed. It made Jack Draper's drop shots yesterday look sublime. And they weren't. I mean, it basically hit the service line. 15-40. Indeed. People, do hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Rybakina serve goes long. Second serve. $15.40. Can Swiatek get the break? Backhand return from Iga. Backhand to backhand right now. Forehand now from Rybakina. Iga on the attack. Backhand to backhand still. Changes directions. Forehand. Rybakina goes into the net. Iga Swiatek breaks and will serve for the match. Iga Swiatek breaks. How much will Rybakina regret that drop shot? Whew. Wow. So, Iga Swiatek is going to serve for the match. Dear me. Swiatek to serve for the match, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that overhead miss and the drop shot execution. We'll see. Iga Swiatek to serve for the match. Remember, coming up after this is Alcaraz against Shelton. We'll have that live for you as a watch along as well. Swiatek to serve here at 6-5. Can she serve it out? She was up a break in this set. That was seeded. She then thought she'd broken again after Rybakina double fault, but the umpire went out of his chair and overruled that double fault, and Rybakina ended up serving. But here we go. Swiatek to serve for the match and a place in the quarterfinal against Elena Svitolina. Can she finally get over the line in what's been an epic encounter? 6-5. Here we go. Serves down the tee, backhand return into the forehand of Iga Swiatek. That's a good forehand. Elena on the defense. Is that going to land in? It is, but it's going to be a smash for Iga Swiatek, and she puts that away with consummate ease. 15-love. The final moments in this dramatic encounter, 2 hours and 26 minutes. Are we going to get to the 2.5 hour mark? Probably not if Iga serves it out, but we'll see. 15-love, she leads. Qinwen Zheng is already through to the quarterfinals. She won a 3-set epic against Samsonova that finished just a little while ago. Backhand return here from Rybakina. Forehand to forehand right now. The forehand down the line. Does it clip the line? I think it does. 15-all. What a forehand that was from Elena Rybakina. Wow. $15-all. Body serve there from Iga's pretty good. Forehand's pretty good as well. She's going to put this drive volley away. She is. 30-15. 2 points away now from the match. And a place in the French Open quarterfinal where Elena Svitolina waits. $30-15. Serves long from Iga Swiatek. So, second serve here. Into the net. We've got 2 match points. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 match points. As Rybakina puts that return into the net. Deary me. 40-15, Iga Swiatek. It's a long, long way back now for Elena Rybakina. She's got 2 match points to fend off on the Iga Swiatek serve. A dramatic encounter Is it about to come to an end with an Iga Swiatek 3-set win? 7-5 in the fifth. She composes herself. 2 hours, 28 minutes on the clock. Where are you going with this first serve? You are going to go long on it. So it's going to be a second serve. Remember how much damage Rybakina was doing on return throughout the first set and a half. But then Iga stemmed the tide. And now she's serving here. Second serve, 40-15 into the deuce court. Backhand. Oh, it's a runaround forehand return, as it turns out. Ooh, that had low net clearance there from Iga. They're into the rally. Good backhand there from Iga. Forehand cross court from Elena. A bit tentative that, but that's better from Elena. Forcing the error, 40-30. Iga looking a bit tired there. Might not matter. It might not matter. Okay, Iga Swiatek here serving. Second match point for Elena Rybakina to fend off. 40-30. Are we going to get one more twist in this incredible Parisian tale? Match point. Where are you going with this serve, Iga Swiatek? You are going into the backhand. Decent return. Forehand, though, it's going to be too good. It's a forehand winner. Iga Swiatek, look at that elation. It's like she's won the French Open. I understand why, though, given the hole that she was in. Down a set and a break. Wow. A match full of drama. A match full of twists and turns. Iga there jumping up and down, clenched fist. She is through. And she avoids defeat. Where in a tournament she's only lost twice before. But has she come much closer than this? Well, maybe you could say last year against Naomi Osaka, but a match filled with almost as much drama as that encounter against the Japanese a year ago. A 65-minute third set. Nurlan is back in the chat. Poor old Rybakina. Listen, it's been a good tournament for Elena. It's been a good couple of weeks after that Strasbourg title, but boy, oh boy, there's going to be 2 points which she may well relive in her mind tonight. When she's up a set and a break and on top of the net and she has a smash and she smashes it into the net. And Iga got the break and the momentum shifted there. But there was another moment as well in that third set with a horrible drop shot from Elena Rybakina in that third set at 5-all, 15-40. And Iga just comes in and puts it away. And Iga breaks and Iga serves it out. And that was the match. We'll hear from Iga Swiatek very shortly. She has won today 1-6, 6-3, 7-5. Almost bageled in that first set. And yet she managed to turn it around in what a mental, unbelievable, epic encounter we had today. Let's have a quick look at the Twitter sphere to see what's been going down. Swiatek is the first player to reach the quarterfinals at Roland Garros in women's singles for 6 consecutive years. Since Arantxa Sanchez Vicario did exactly the same across 10 years in a row from 1991 to 2000. What a run that was for the Spaniard. But Iga trying to get her 5th French Open title. Nod of the head and the clench of the fist there from her coach Wim Fissette, who probably, like his charge, was on the brink today as well in so many respects. It was an exciting match, says Nurlan. Rybakina played really well, but RG and Iga is really something else, as Snehil says. Those of you tuning in, please do hit the like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Let's see if we can get some stats for you as well. Obviously, the most important stat of all is the fact that Iga Swiatek has won 1-6, 6-3, 7-5. But across the match, the number of double faults from Iga was 7, and it may well have cost her the match, but ultimately she prevailed. First serve percentage in from Rybakina went down as the match went on, and that cost her as well, 48%. Iga there on the second serve, getting much better as it went. Well, first serve as well. Remember at the end of the first set when she was just 45% win percentage on that first serve. Well, she managed to get that up to 63% as Rybakina posed less of a threat on return as the match went on. But what an epic match it was. Let's have a look at some of the winners and unforced errors scenario. Total points won, 92 each. Wow. 92 points each. 33 winners off the racket of Iga Swiatek and 29 unforced errors. Slightly different off the racket of Elena Rybakina, 28 winners to 35 unforced errors, but 92 points each. Boy, oh boy. It wasn't epic. It was dramatic. But eventually, Iga Swiatek prevailed in 3 sets. It was a mental battle as well. That moment at the beginning of the second set when Rybakina puts the smash into the net, she holds serve there. Probably she goes on to win the match. But she didn't hold serve. She was broken. Went on to lose that second set, and the momentum was gone. She did kind of arrest the slide by holding serve for as often as she did in that third set, did Elena. She was eventually broken, but she broke back. But eventually, at 5-all, Iga got what turned out to be the decisive break. And that drop shot from Elena, oh dear, just was nowhere near good enough. And Iga Swiatek punished her. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps this up. Thanks for joining us today. Do make sure you hit that like button and do subscribe to the channel if you're new. But Iga Swiatek is through in 3 sets after an epic encounter with Elena Rybakina, and she'll play Elena Svitolina in the quarterfinal at the French Open. And for everyone else, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.